Child, let me tell you about the latest bombshell that just dropped. MIA is coming for Beyonce, and when I say she's ready to take it all the way there, I mean all the way. Chilly, she is done staying quiet about how the Carters have been running things in the industry, and if anyone knows what it's like to get tangled up with Queen Bey, it's MIA. She nearly lost everything in the process. Now, before we dive into this piping hot tea about Beyonce and her alleged connection to Diddy, let me tell you, it was right there in front of our faces the whole time. I mean, her husband, Jay-Z, and Diddy were besties for years, and there have been whispers that Jay-Z might actually be worse than Diddy. But hold on to your wigs, because Beyonce's relationship with Diddy goes way deeper than his friendship with Jay-Z. Let me spill this tea. They were tight back in the day, before Diddy's empire came crashing down, and I've got receipts. Freddie P just came out in an interview spilling all the details about how Diddy once made him and other bad boy artists walk for 4 hours to a specific bakery just because Beyonce wanted a cheesecake from that particular spot and nowhere.
Okay, fun fact a lot of people don't know, that cheesecake we went and got was for Beyonce. She was upstairs the whole time. What we was talking about again? Hold on. Yeah, that's a fun fact people don't know. People like, y'all walked and got a cheesecake. It was for Beyonce. I'll do it again. But yeah, because at first he was like, I want some cheesecake. But we took all night to do the process, right? So when we got back, it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. And me and Dallon got back first. Let me tell you how green he is. So I'm the type of I listen to everything you say as if it's a contract. So if you say, walk to the store, or walk to get me some cheesecake, I'll walk to get you some cheesecake, but I'm not walking back. And that's just what me and Dallon did. And they like, why y'all, you know, they hot. Like, y'all cheating. And we like, he told us to walk. He didn't tell us to walk back. So we already in the hotel like 3 hours before they got there. When they said they was coming, we went and met him in front of the building. And you know the first thing that said out of his mouth? He said, we got the cheesecake. He was like, I want that shit, take that shit upstairs for Beyonce. Then he said, they was like, yeah, man, we wanted to tell you, Fred and Dallon, they ain't walk back. You know, trying to be on some snitching shit. He's like, I ain't tell you niggas to walk back. I ain't tell you niggas to walk back. Y'all walk back? Like, yeah, I'm like. Another thing what people don't understand, if you go back and look at the episode, it's an episode where he out there in the front and he cussing everybody else out. He told us to walk for the cheesecake. And he like, man, move it. Keep it moving, money. Like, if y'all ain't with it, woo, 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 woo. He like, if y'all don't like what I say, keep it moving. Fight that. Go back and look at that scene. Not trying to sound like nobody. As he said that, I heard him talking. I'm that type of where everybody know me. I don't let you rap to me. So as he was talking, I walked off. I'm shot up the block. Go back and look at the scene. I'm the only one not in that bitch. I'm in it at first as the editing going on because they got me when I was talking to Ness. But when he came down, I'm no longer in them shots because I had done walked off. So I get to the end of the thing. He like, y'all can go home. Y'all can get, he said, y'all don't, he was like, y'all don't like what I was saying.
Now, we all know by now that Diddy treated his artists like dirt. Worse than we could ever imagine. But Chilly, you don't make your artist walk 4 hours for a cheesecake unless you're really, really tight with the person who's craving it. And that's not even the juiciest part. There were rumors swirling about Beyonce being at Diddy's parties. And I'm not talking about regular parties, honey. When all this Diddy drama exploded, everyone was talking about half of Hollywood being at his freak-offs. But here's the gag. People were whispering about Beyonce being at these parties way before Diddy got exposed. The baby even claimed that Beyonce was trying to put moves on him at one of these gatherings. Now, he didn't use the words freak off, but the way he described it, Chile, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck.
Beyonce, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people, he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Mm-hmm. Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others, you know.
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in at the moment, And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop the whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope. That was super dope.
And baby, let me tell you, the tea gets even hotter. There were reports floating around about Beyonce being caught on tape at Diddy's parties doing, well, let's just say things that would make your grandmother clutch her pearls.
So was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and
correct.
Wow, can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No,
the
I can't explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video was thick in nature.
Oh my, all right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, Diddy. And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously recorded it.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because just a few months before all this drama exploded, Jaguar Wright came out with this wild claim about an alleged video of Beyonce that was supposedly making the rounds.
Because the Diddy. Oh! Diddy done turned over tapes, allegedly with the Carters. It's some freak off, and the Beyonce. How on the and the tapes had G's all over it. Hold on.
So you see what I'm saying? Beyonce and Diddy's connection runs deep, way deeper than just Jay-Z being his bestie. Which is why nobody was really shocked when fans started thinking MIA was pointing fingers at Beyonce for being connected to all this Diddy mess. And speaking of MIA, honey, this is not her first rodeo when it comes to calling out the Carters. Back in February, she dropped this bomb about Jay-Z allegedly being in cahoots with the Bronfman family. When I tell you my jaw hit the floor, she came out swinging, claiming Jay-Z was all tangled up with this notorious family, and even helped them with their shady dealings. But the most shocking part, she says he helped them steal her child from her. And why? Because she wouldn't play nice with him and his buddy Diddy. Child, she really called out two of hip-hop's biggest moguls in one breath. Now, for those of you wondering who these Bronfmans are, let me break it down. We're talking about a family that's stupid rich. We're talking about a combined net worth of over $30 billion. But honey, with all that money comes enough drama to fill a whole season of reality TV. They've been connected to everything from cults to shady financial schemes and some darker stuff that I can't even get into without needing another hour. And as if that wasn't messy enough, Diddy's been caught up in similar accusations, which makes MIA's claims about Jay-Z even more scandalous. So what was Jay-Z doing getting cozy with a family as controversial as the Bronfmans? Well, according to MIA, he wasn't just hanging out. She claims he was taking money from them to help snatch her child away from her. I know. It sounds like something straight out of a movie, but let me give you the backstory. MIA was in this long-term relationship with Benjamin Bronfman. Yes, one of those Bronfmans. They were engaged, had a beautiful son together, and everything seemed perfect until it wasn't. After they split up, That's when things got UGLY. MIA's been vocal about all the drama she faced after the breakup, especially when it came to custody battles over their son. And now she's saying Jay-Z, who loves rubbing shoulders with the elite, was right in the middle of all this mess. According to her tweets and Chile, she brought receipts. She said, "My first custody battle was in 2013. My child was 4. I was managed by Jay-Z, who ultimately was paid by Bromfmans." But wait, it gets even worse. She claims that the moment she got served those custody papers, Roc Nation completely ghosted her. Every single email she sent to Jay-Z begging for help, poof, disappeared from her inbox. Her house got broken into, all her laptops were stolen, and she was literally trapped in Brooklyn with a court order that said she couldn't leave for 15 years. Can you believe the drama? Now, before you think this is all just wild accusations, let me remind you that Beyonce and Roc Nation have been accused of setting up artists before. Remember Beyonce's former drummer, Chile? That story will have you sleeping with the lights on. Kimberly Thompson came out with some serious allegations about what Beyonce's really like behind the scenes, and then mysteriously went quiet. Like, suspiciously quiet. According to Kimberly's interview with the Daily Beast, she claimed Beyonce was into some seriously dark stuff. She said Bey was allegedly using extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells. She even claimed Beyonce was tapping her phones and controlling her finances. And when Kimberly went on Instagram Live to spill more tea,
the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, all just a very wicked tactic to just keep me down and keep me under some type of control.
Now, it's crystal clear that MIA is not here for Beyonce or Jay-Z. And honey, she recently went off when Adele was praising Beyonce and calling her an inspiration. When I tell you, MIA was heated. She went on this epic rant about how strange it is that everybody in the industry seems to worship Beyonce while ignoring artists like MIA who were actually putting in the real work.
But I find it difficult that when people make it, they always turn around and thank Beyonce, because that's bullshit. And enough is enough. I'm coming for everyone now, because no, the success of all that always stems from God motivating me to get up out of bed and write some songs. And then it changed so many people's destinies, and all these people are multi-millionaires, really successful. Even, you know, Azealia Banks could be talking about how I need to bleach my skin to be accepted in the music world, and that's why no one's supporting me, is because I'm dark skinned. Off, because even her music career started with Diplo, who I put on the map. So all of them, all these, and even Adele, it's like for this, because she's retired now, but her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager who is her manager. She signed to XL because of me. Nick Huggett was my A&R who signed her. And this, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. And I'm sick and tired of all of these women who don't want to give respect to me because I'm a brown woman in music.
If you've been on social media lately, you know there's been all this chatter about how weird it is that every single artist seems required to bow down to Queen Bey. People are calling it straight up creepy. So MIA's rant didn't just come out of nowhere, but Chile, the comments it sparked were wild. Some people came for MIA, saying things like, MIA doesn't get recognized because she's crazy. If anyone is a devil-worshipping etc., it would be her with the nonsensical rants and T.I. reads she goes on. But others were on her side, dropping bombs like, the reason why they praise Beyonce is because she's one of the highest witches in the industry. They have to, otherwise they'll pay the consequences later, and they know this. And then some folks were bringing up MIA's past, saying, she's lost her mind, does she not remember how complicit she was and all this stuff she's alleging? She's just mad because she had a baby with Jay-Z's friend and he's keeping their son from her. Every time things don't go their way, it's let's blame black people, girl, miss me. So here's what I want to know. Do y'all think MIA is spitting facts about the industry and how the Carters run things? Or is she just doing the most right now? Because between the Diddy connection, the Bronfman family drama, and these wild accusations about industry control, this tea is scalding hot. Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this conversation is far from over. We need to talk about what's really going on in the music industry and who's pulling all these strings behind the scenes. And if you thought this tea was hot, just wait until you see what's coming next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because, honey, this story is just getting started.